There we go. I hit the mute button at some point. So smart. I know how computers work. I know exactly, actually, what the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to make a tiny Greg. I think that'll be fun. Enjoy zoning out for 2 hours. Okay, I gotta remember how to use polymer clay. That's step 1. Now, what color is Greg? He is white. I have this one, but I don't think it's white. I think it's... Blender does mush brain. I think this is glow in the dark? I have so many colors, as you can see here. There's gotta be one that's Greg colored, right? So it's kind of like a dark orange, and then a slightly lighter orange. Let's put this over here. I think that'll be slightly better. Or not. Okay, hopefully that. I request someone who subscribes you should make Greg. Do you mean as someone who subscribes? I mean, I can mix colors as well. I'm pretty sure I'm like almost out of the white one. You can just see my mouse here. That's fine. This is not a professional stream. Okay, these are the colors I can't really see. You are a person. Your opinion is valid. This is how much white I have left, because I've used it in a lot of stuff, so... Gonna avoid using white, or at least mix things with neon colors instead. I'm just going to get Greg for reference purposes. We're gonna color match him. Okay, Greg, what color are you? The bottom of you is definitely white, unfortunately. But the top of you, now. What do we got here? I don't think you're a saffron kind of guy. What else? Let's go for something more brown. Burnt sienna? Closer. What else have we got over here? Raw umber. I'm pretty sure I saw some burnt umber. Orange yellow. I'd say it's just orange. This is an orange yellow. You look purple. Yep, you're definitely purple. This one though. Burgundy. I think the burnt sienna is gonna work best here for Greg. And I'm thinking maybe we bulk out the white with something. Because there's really not much. I don't know. You're definitely just white. We're gonna need some black too. For the features. No, you're more in orange. I mean, I could add a little bit of orange. Let's add a little bit of orange to the brown. Gotta get the colors correct. I've also got this kind of skin color one. It is light apricot. We could make you skin colored. I mean, maybe if I use this in a little bit of orange, that might be quite nice. Or do we go neon? I'm pretty sure. This is apparently lemon yellow. Oh, I thought it glowed in the dark. I swear there was a glow in the dark one. Maybe it's somewhere else. Yeah, let's go with this. I think these colors are gonna work. Put everything back in here. Okay. Greg, you sit over here. And you can be my pretty model. Okay. I have my incredibly cheap tools here. That I believe came with the clay I bought. Yeah. I put my spoon back in its rack. Come here. Okay. Nice. Where do we start? What components make up a Greg? So his ears are also two-toned. He has little eyebrows as well, that's very important. But he is effectively a white half-cylinder with a kind of orangey half cylinder. So let's start with the white a bit, because I think that'll be easier. You look kind of like you can cut things. I feel like I need like some tissue or something, which I have. There we go. This will come in handy. Maybe not all of it. And keep our tools nice and tidy. You go, look. Because apparently I didn't clean these since last time I used them. Actually, I don't know where it is anymore. But the little bee I made out of clay is somewhere. Like somewhere on this desk. I know he's close. I'm not really sure what you use this tool for. It's kind of spiky. I don't really have anything to roll them out with either, so we'll see. Okay, I reckon we can use this. How big do we want him to be? I think we can make a life scale accurate one. We could go for like a 1 to 10 scale maybe? Before when I did it, I kind of used like colors I didn't really think I'd use much as kind of a bulk, and then put the colors I was going to use around it, but I can't be bothered to do that today. Okay. Also, this stuff gets really dirty really easily. Thank you for the reference image. But I mean, like, we could start with like the white, and then maybe it's kind of rounder at the front. Put the orange on top. Perhaps that might work. Just kind of roly. Oh, too roly. Okay. It's surprisingly receptive, I would say. Greg is pretty long. Okay. So that is our base Greg. I'm not gonna bother giving him feet, I think. So just try and flatten that out a little. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. I may have made him too small, because any features are gonna be tiny. Okay. So let's get a bit... We really don't need much now, because it's gonna go flat over the top. So we've got a little bit of brown here. Gonna have to do some color matching. I think we want a little bit of the white as well. I know I've ruined it. The white is tainted. We're making things out of clay. This is an art stream. Just a little bit of orange. It's a celebration. Okay. Now we mush this all together and it's going to come out not at all the colour I want. Because that's how colour mixing works. Can't actually remember how long you're supposed to bake everything for either. Because this stuff goes in the oven. It's also kind of sticky. See how we doing? No, in it. This is not at all Greg coloured. It's kind of more of a brown. We can make a clay Dorian afterwards. There's like a whole block of grey. I mean, I think it'll work. More help. I think maybe if it's a little lighter. Let's add a little bit of white. Can scrape off the bit I ruined. It's gonna take time. That's the only downside. Because I'm really bad. This is not my medium. Maybe a 3D artist, but not like this. Oh, I should have put that in the title. That would have been clickbaity. Okay, this is a little lighter. Basically gonna give the little bit of clay we have here a hat. None of this is gonna look good, by the way. No way. Okay. Yeah, pretty mixed up, I'd say. It's getting there. Maybe a little bit of peach. Where'd that skin color go? There it is. Okay. Oh wow, that is dirty. This stuff is like a magnet for dirt, I swear. Okay. Let's see if this helps. I'm surprised that there's not like a specific art stream tag. Like maybe I missed it. But I went with just chatting because it was the closest I could think of. Damn, because it's getting warm. It's like kind of getting too soft and sticky. Okay, this is getting there. I think that's close enough. I don't think I'm gonna get closer. Okay. I don't know, are there any other people making clay at the moment? Okay, so we can take our little guy here. I'm just gonna kind of give him a little hat, I think. It's gonna be the best way to do this. And once we mix the clay, we are screwed, and there is no going back. Okay. Let's try using it. Maybe I'll do more in the future. I actually kind of feel like it needs to be like closer in. I thought this might be a good angle, but now I'm not sure. I mean, if I got good at it, maybe I could do more. I think like if it's a little dodgy, I'm not gonna be angry at myself. I've only used this medium once. Okay, okay. So it's not like the smoothest. But I think it's getting there. This little tool's actually quite cool. It's got like a little notch out of it. Okay, so we've got our little loaf of... Which one should I hold up to? Let's go for this one. The loaf of Greg is coming along. The clay is like really receptive, I guess is the way to put it. So any little like touches adds to it. Okay, so we want to make a little snout. Oh, this is way better for cutting into the clay, actually. It's just going to be a little round ball, I think. Okay. Which is going to be his face? I think this is his face. I mean, I'm sure I totally know how to do this because I've seen videos of other people doing it. That's basically the same thing. Okay. Ooh. How do I smooth this out? Oh, the tools are like really sharp around the edges. So if they hit the clay, it goes a bit weird. Let me try using the back. Oh, it feels almost like it's working. Okay. It's got a little bit of a broken bit there. I feel like maybe it's not as flat as it should have been. Okay. Oh no, now I need to make like his ears. Okay, I think the easiest way to do that is actually just going to be to get like a little bit of this. And then a little bit of the white. And just kind of stick them on top of each other. His ears aren't going to be quite the same as the rest of him. But that's okay. We'll still love him. This lemon is a surprisingly good white. There we go. I feel like maybe I need a bit more than that, actually. Ooh, come back here. Stay in your designated zone. Okay. That looks more even. Ooh. It looks like this is getting a little bit of pink added to it. Go quickly. Okay, okay. Flatten this bit out. Now I need to get it off. Okay. Let's get you, and then put it on top of you. Yes, okay. And then if we look at Greg, we can see which way around this should be. Okay, so his ears are wide at the front, so this is the front. He needs something kind of sharper. Should have bought a craft knife. Okay, let's just see what we can do with this. So I'm thinking if we kind of cut through the middle. Okay, that's not awful. Okay, so these would be great if he was like 10 times this size. Yeah, let's like just kind of, I guess, cut the corner off. Okay, this is almost an ear. It's kind of, I guess, they're quite round Shiba ears. These are also like quite small compared to the rest of his body. Let's put that down here. It looks kind of like a Kinder egg. The colors remind me of that. Okay. Let's see, is this ear too big? I'm gonna say that that's too big. Okay. Gently. Okay. Let's cut this in half then. There we go. Little ears. Okay. Ah, hell yeah, that's way better. Okay. I mean, I might actually be able to form this into the other ear then. Which makes everything else kind of a waste. Let's go for maybe a bit of this one. So I'd say it's about that size. And let's round off our tip again. I have no idea if you can even see what I'm doing. Squish that out a little, squish that down. Okay. Got another, get off my finger. Okay. They're more like cat's ears, but I don't really know why. Okay, we've got 2 ears. So I guess the next thing we need to do is the tail. And it might actually just be worth using this leftover bit here for the tail. So let's kind of roll this up. I mean, if I do the other one the other way, I might be able to do the legs. But anyway, like, Shiba tails aren't very big. You can see his tail here. It's just kind of a hook shape, which isn't the hardest shape to make out of clay, I guess. I feel like this might be a bit too thin, though, for the size of the rest of our Greg. Oh, it's getting a bit... Okay, we'll just take, I think, the tip here. Because the colours are starting to get a bit confused. And then I guess we just loop it around like that. And there's our tail. Okay, let's try and, So it's more kinda, I guess, that shape, actually. Like down. But it should be further back, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Every single, like, part of it is, like, a different colour. There's no colour matching. It's fine. I mean, he looks a bit more like a mouse. But you can vaguely see where it's going. Okay, now I need to do the eyes and the mouth. Which might be the hardest bit. I don't think we're going to be getting eyebrows out of him. For some reason when I do this, I feel like I'm like peeling an apple. I feel like I need to have my hands more forward so you can see them. Okay. So we need 3 little balls of clay. You go over here. Let's cut this into quarters, I think, would be the easiest way. Oh, there's some hair in it at some point. Ew. Okay, and then let's cut this one in half. Yeah, and we'll make this into little balls. Okay, there's one little eye. I blame my cats for this. My hair gets everywhere. Okay. Come back here. I didn't foresee this having a moat being an issue. Okay, so that one's a bit bigger than this eye. It's going to be a bit lopsided if we leave it that way, so let's just cut a little bit off. And try that again. Let me just, okay, this looks a bit more accurate, but I think they're going to be really big on his face. Unfortunately, I think he's going to have, like, really tiny eyes. Okay. Let's try cutting one of these in half. And maybe that'll be enough. We're going really micro on this. Okay. So they're gonna be, I guess, more flattened out like that. In which case they're way too big. Let's try half again. Maybe this was just a bad scale. He's gonna be a little different. There's no need to judge him for it. Come here. Living creatures are tricky, it's true. Okay, I reckon we can get these eyes on here. So he's got one eye here. And then, let me get the other eye. Come here, eye. There we go. The other eye here. Okay. Oh, this looks awful. Okay, he's got eyes though. Okay. So we need to make another little ball. That's gonna be his nose. This one's, I think, should be more triangular. I don't know. Do people who normally work with clay just have less sticky hands than I do? I don't think that would be a problem. Let's try and make this more of a kind of triangle shape. Oh god, how do I get this, like, off now? Ah, it kind of obliterated it. Okay. It's fine. He's gonna have a little bit of a weird nose. And we'll put that kind of right on the tip. Oh god, my hands are shaking. It's so stressful. Okay. He's getting that. Oh, there's like a little bit on his ear. Come here. Okay. Maybe like a little bit more on the nose. See if we can make it more triangular. Okay. Okay. This isn't the worst thing I've made. Oh god, I need to do the like little line bit. Okay. Okay, that wasn't actually awful. See if you can see. Come on, you got this. You got this. One of you two cameras. Stop blurring out. Anyway, you can vaguely see it's a shape. Okay, let's try. What is it? It's more of a kind of free shape. Not a free shape, like a Y shape. So 1 and then 2. Okay. There's something here. Doesn't look very Greg-ish, but it's something. Let me try and see if I can like flatten out the bottom. See, he's kind of maybe this better. See, he sits a little better. Okay. This isn't the worst Greg. Let me see if I can show him off a bit better. But if we go for this camera, come on. Focus, damn you. How far do I need to go to make it focus? Okay, but you can see he has a face. Like a real face. Okay. Can put this back with the rest of that. Then I'm not really sure what to do with this. I don't want to make him feet. I don't think feet will work well. But we'll kind of save this kind of Kinder Eggy bit. Maybe I'll find a use for it. I should have brought the baking paper up here. so I can put them in the oven easier. That's fine. I'll move them later. Oh god, that's so strong. Why is that so strong? That was something I wanted to do. I'm gonna open my own Twitch for once. Mute tab. Don't want to hear that. Okay. So now I can see a little better. Have it on both. I need it. Automatically tags my streams as being in English. That's nice of it. Not really sure if there's anything specific I can do with this side. But I've never really done it before. So I thought I'd have a look. Okay. Oh, I have so many buttons I can press. Okay. Well, now there's just 2 of me. Just double check some stuff. See how it's all going. Check everything went okay. That I uploaded everything properly, basically. Yeah, we're all good. It's actually surprisingly comfy, but it's kind of short. So the actual mouse space you have is like this distance. So it's not actually that great, but I've kind of learnt to adapt. So I just kind of do that a lot to get over from one side to the other. Okay. 1 down. Is it? I have quite small hands. They're not good for reference. I don't really have anything that's a standard size here. Like, my keyboard is a 60% keyboard. So, that doesn't work either. Okay, we're gonna move on to Dory, and I think, no, stop leaning. You go over here. Come on. Okay, so we're gonna need Grey. Grey, you go back in the background. I don't need you anymore. We'll swap you out to Dorian, who fits kind of far nicer over here. No. The small isopod. His name is Dorian. Because Dorian Gray. Because he's grey. I feel like the main thing you're gonna notice about the stream is the fact that I can never decide if I want my sleeves rolled up or not. Okay. Dark grey. That'll do. He is grey. That's kind of better. This is actually, looking at him, he's a way more complex shape than Greg. I thought he'd be easier because he's smaller, and I was wrong. Okay. I got this tissue to clean the tools in between using them and then just didn't. This is my favorite tool so far. It's very simple. I think that's all you need for clay. Do we make them proportionally the same? Or do I make Dorian the same size as Greg? I think it's going to be easiest if they're kind of the same size. Oh no, my clay. There we go. Okay. Let's have a look. So you're again kind of an orb with a smushed orb with a tail. So I think what I'm going to try with him is more kind of, I guess, engraving or embossing in detail, if he doesn't escape. Because I think most of the detail needs to be just kind of etched in. Okay. So just kind of, I guess, smush him out a little more. Where's my grey? Over here. Okay. Okay, so he's also got little legs. I feel like the face is kind of more smushed in. Gee, can I just like put him here? Okay. So it does kind of flatten out. Okay, it's kind of cheesy bug shaped, I guess. I feel like actually maybe this should be his face. Let's rotate the reference image. Always work from references. I guess when I make his like little like antenna and stuff, it'll be easier to work out what he is. Okay, so let's bring that in. I think that needs to come in. Okay. And I guess the first sort of line we want is to separate the head. God, this is not neat at all. From the rest of the body. Okay. Yeah. Got a little head here. And then I guess we need to do the line bits. Because on this one that I have, it's kind of stitched. But I guess we just follow along with the bands. I mean, it looks almost like stitching. Because of how jank my lines are. How many does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I guess like it's interesting to note they get kind of wider in the middle, but then narrower towards his end. So we can try and mimic that and it'll be fun. I really feel like you can't see this. I need like a GoPro mounted to my head. Maybe I should have used the stand for the camera. Okay. So that's 1, 2. Okay, we're still in the middle. I think he's a bit too, like, wide. Kind of arches up in the middle. More than this, but I'm sure it'll be obvious that it's supposed to be Dorian. I remember seeing this thing once that spoke about how you should have physical hobbies. Like, it's like really healthy for you, that kind of thing. This sucks. This is very hard. But there's definitely a rewarding sense to it. Kind of immediately, too. Because I can see him coming to life in front of my eyes. Okay. I want to do a few more narrow bands. Where the hell did you come from? Come back over here with the rest of the clay. Okay. I feel like I might have made him a bit long. His tail should be kind of here. Okay, we're getting somewhere though. That's a good thing. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bands, and then the end we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it looks about the same, like proportionally. Not that you can see any of that detail on this. Yeah, maybe if I lift the whole thing up, it might be a bit. Yeah, I can kind of see the lines. Like, that's what I'm trying to replicate at the moment. And I wonder if I can kind of more flatten out his tail. Because at the moment he's more of a trilobite, I'd say. Okay. Not the worst. Exactly, lines. Okay. That's getting somewhere. So it kind of goes in before it goes out. Oh my god. Can we smooth it out? Oh, this does not feel right. And again, just kind of smush it in. I've tried 3D sculpting before. I was not good at it. His tail's kind of like wobbly at the end as well. So try and get that in. Okay, I feel like his tail actually needs to be longer. He's got quite a long tail. It is quite thin though, so maybe we can get away with just kind of. Okay. This isn't bad. Show it again. You can kind of see his little tail there. Oh god, that's loud. I should turn my computer down. That's a little better. Okay. Okay, so I guess the next important bit is going to be the antenna. Again, it's kind of like interesting. Because a lot of the details on him are from him being sewn. So like, at the front of his face. His face folds up. But I think that's more because of the stitching pattern. Okay, so he's got 2 little antennae here and then 2 bigger antennae. So let's try and make the bigger antenna. Hello, person who I assume is a bot. Do real people even exist anymore? Who knows? Okay, so we just want lots of thin little lines. Yeah. Okay. No! Come back! Come here. Oh my god, why is this stuff so sticky? Stretch! I didn't notice that. Maybe you are a real person. Still don't trust it though. Say something a bot would never say. Okay, how long are his antennae? They're quite long actually. Like, they stretch out to here. Once that in relation to his body length. Kind of half the body length actually is antenna. But I could exaggerate them for artistic effect. I think I might make him a little smaller though. Yeah, that looks about right. Now I need to get them to stick on his face somehow. This is more kind of like a catfish thing. What if I just kind of... I can rotate this. Is also something I can do. So let's... Okay. Try and smooth this on. Okay, okay. So they kind of curl back actually. Like that. Now we need to get another one about the same length. The other side. That might be a bit short. Sorry, Dorian, I've crippled you. Let's kind of see if we can shape out this bit. This can be our thing instead. Okay, okay. Now, how did I stick the first one to his face? I think I just kind of smushed it on. There. Okay. Now we've got a second antenna. Just about. I feel like you can see that a bit better on the screen. Okay. Now, what's left? Actually, I can use these for the... There's kind of like a secondary antenna. But, like, they're quite little and thinner. So let's roll this. I have no idea how these are gonna bake. Because, like, you're supposed to, like, consider things like how thick the clay is. And this clay is... it's not doing well. It's very thick in places. Okay. So I feel like I'm sculpting more with this one. There we go. Ha! Okay, okay. That works. There's some detail there. Let's roll this out a little more so we can get another little one. It's all about details. I recently made some bread out of polymer clay actually for a Christmas present. And it's surprisingly hard. Like, you think you know what bread looks like. You don't. Like, it's not just knowing what bread looks like. It's like knowing how to simplify down what bread looks like. So it works well. Oh god, I've mangled him a little. Okay. Oh my god. My hands are shaking at like this level. There we go. Okay, that'll do. So next up, we need to give him his 2 tiny beady eyes. And this is going to involve an infinitesimal amount of clay. Just an absolutely tiny sliver. So we're going to flatten it out from a little bullshit. Because that's what we did for Greg, and that actually worked quite well. He does have quite big shiny eyes comparatively though. So I think actually maybe a little bit more. Can't get the exact same amount of clay. This was not. Okay. But can you notice? Because the eyes are on different sides. I feel like it's not as easy. Let's get the most tiniest piece of clay known to mankind. That's way too much. feel like we're gonna get a situation where I just keep kind of making it bigger and bigger. Come on, merge. Okay, got little happy little balls of clay. Come on. There we go. Okay, these are like similar enough. Okay, so where is eyes? They're kind of actually below the little antenna I've made. But again, for artistic purposes, we'll be putting them above. Kind of to the side. Ah, okay. And then if we do another one there, he's got a cute little face, and he's very flat. Okay, I kind of want to see if I can pull his antenna out a little, because they're kind of. There we go. Can't unstick. There we go. Okay, and I think this is just spare grey, so that's fine. Can go back in the block. Oh, okay. His tail is a little iffy, so let's try and work on that next. I might try and maybe flatten down some more. Okay. Let's just try and kind of bring that in. And then smush it back out at the ends. Try and make a kind of flat shape. I feel like we're not doing that at all. Maybe I should have made the tail a separate item. It's fine. I think that will do. Okay, so we've got 2 little clay models down. Which means Dorian can also go back in his house. Here you go, Dory. Now I need to work out what to make next, because that's kind of all my ideas out. Whatever emotes do we have? We've got the little pile of books and the little cup of coffee. I could make a little cup of coffee. That might be fun. Oh god, this is so bitter. You know, if anyone can come up with like a better idea, I'll accept that. Try and make it. Anyway. Oh, okay. So we still got a little thing. I reckon we can make like a little cinnamon bun or something out of this piece. Because that's kind of cinnamon bun coloured. It's got like the little swirl of cream cheese icing on top already. Plus it's just like a twist, so in terms of shape, it's not exactly the hardest thing. And it uses up our spare clay. So let's see what we can do. Maybe I should have gone for more of a pretzel shape. You know, there's people who make like clay miniatures. They're really impressive when you actually try and do it. It's more of a bagel, I feel. But, oh, there we go. A little cinnamon. I will make the balloons. I will not make the monkey. I struggled with Greg. There's no way I can make a monkey. But I will make a tiny balloon. What color are the balloons actually? Oh god, I remember the original Balloons game. Okay, let's look for a new one. Okay, we could try something fancy since I've got the grey out. Let's try and make the lead balloon from balloons. Okay, so we're gonna try and do all of the rivets and stuff on it. We'll see how this goes. God, I really feel like I need to sneeze. This is where I discover I'm allergic to polymer clay. I don't think you can be, but we'll see. Okay. Got some grey. I mean, at least they're simple. Okay. So we want kind of a round shape to start. Maybe a little rounder. Okay. Okay. Wow, making something round is harder than you'd think. Okay. Maybe we should start with a sphere, like an actual sphere. It's getting there. And then kind of crush it out. Yeah, we're going for something a little simpler here. Okay. So we've got kind of an egg shape. I think that's a good place to start. It's not the evenest shape in the world. Okay. And we want to make the little tail bit, I guess, that's what that is. Okay. I think if we just kind of put it on as a blob and then I'll try and shape it on there. It's going to be the best way to do this. Okay. So it kind of goes out at the end. Like that. Oh, this looks awful. I went with quite possibly the easiest thing I could think of, and it's still going so wrong. Okay. This is very lopsided. Kind of need this to be like slightly over. Come on, you got this little balloon. Okay, that's something. So next up is the rivets and the lines. So it looks like it's kind of like in a half and then in a quarter. So that's not hard. We can utilize what we learned with Dory for this, I think. I feel like this turns out better in my head than it's gonna in reality. So let's go all the way around. Unfortunately, they're two-dimensional, so making them 3D. Okay. Oh god, that's not neat at all. Let's just kind of try and neaten that up. Okay. So we can only see one side has the quarter. So I guess we just do 1/4 on this side. That's kind of a little under half, I'd say. Okay. I feel like it needs more than this, but we'll see. It's kind of viewed at a 3/4 view. Kinda. I have no idea how visible that is, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. So now I need to make lots of little balls and use them as the rivets. I don't really know what you call the line bits. I guess they're seams. Okay, so it actually only has 9 on there in the picture. So we'll do it one-sided, I think. Okay. Maybe I should cut this into thirds. Let's do quarters. And then quarters of quarters. It's fine, I'll just keep going smaller. And then we just get rid of the excess, I guess. God, how many am I on? Okay, so there should be 8. I need 9. You're a little big. Let's cut you up. Yeah, let's see how this goes. These might be a little big, but they're actually quite big in the reference image. Okay. There's 2 little balls. It's gonna look comic-y, because they're all different sizes. Maybe I should just do this full time. I don't want to buy my awful clay models. Just make this my job instead. Come on, come on, you got this. Stop flattening out. You're not a seed, you're a ball. Okay. We're getting there. How the corner of my eye? My brain keeps thinking the orange plastic thing is like a cartoon cat for some reason. It's very odd. My god, I've been doing this for 50 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna... I thought like, I was like, oh, I'm running out of ideas. But it took me like 45 minutes to make 2 things, so... You know, it's not as bad as I thought. Okay, now we need to apply our little rivets. Okay, some of these are way too big, so you need to be cut in half and re-rolled. Like, I'm okay with being uneven. I think it'll look charming and quaint. But, that one was a bit too big. I'm sure there are, like, techniques and stuff you can learn to do with this. But, we're just kind of going all out on it, I think. Just completely going in raw. I mean, like, I've watched, like, videos of people making stuff in clay, so I've, like, vague third-hand knowledge of what I'm doing. But that's kind of about it. Okay. So we got... Come on, stick down. 1 little rivet. Oh, wow, that looks awful. Come on, I need a second one. 2 little rivets. 3 little rivets. And then there's actually 1 here. These are definitely way too big. I forgot that I'd like smush them out a little. It's fine. It's an exaggerated caricature. Can't get over here. Okay, and then there's kind of actually 2 below. Like, it almost works. It almost works. I feel like this is something I would have to spend a lot of time on if I wanted to get better. Okay. And then we have 3 down the side here. Kind of 1 between the top 2. And another 1 between the bottom 2. And then a 3rd one just kind of below everything else. It almost works. It almost works. There's like a vague sense of something there. Okay. Wonder if I take like a photo with it and show that up, if it will pick it up better. Let's try. So you can see everything I've done so far. That is an awful photo, first of all. Come on, focus. Okay. Nope, it's worse. That is worse. I mean, you can almost see it there. I mean, what's the point of the camera? Hang on, maybe if I just can go in a little closer and see how this goes. Luckily, this camera actually has a light on it. Okay. Come on, focus, I believe in you. I'd say from like that kind of distance. Kind of don't actually want them touching. No, Greg's here. Okay. Put you over here. So we got our awful lumpy lead balloon. We've got Dorian. Wow, this camera has like no range. Yeah, this is closer though. And then we got Greg. So that's getting somewhere. Let's put this back up here. He do be isopod though. There we go. That's fine. You can see. Okay, what do I make next is the real question. Come on, give me ideas. What's the point of a just chatting stream if I don't utilize you for my own gains? Can make anything. Won't be good, but I can make anything. Except detail things, so think simple. What's easy to make, basically? So something that has a very specific form. Like, I have a technique I use when I'm researching for doing 3D modeling, which is that I'll look up real reference, and then I'll look up clip art reference. And by looking up the clip art reference, you get an idea for the visual shorthand for the medium. Not for the medium, for the object. So, if you're making something like a teacup, I mean, let's go for the coffee cup I have. This is quite elaborate. Like, you won't want to use this as a reference if you were just making a mug. But if you were, you've got all these bits and that. But if you were to look up, like, a clip-art version of a fancier mug, they might simplify out some of these shapes. So instead of being the full flower with all of the, like, ripples and stuff, it might be a bit flattened to just kind of, like, that shape. And it's good for if you're making stylized art, I think. Which this technically is, because there's no way I'm doing realism. So another fun thing I did with the polymer clay was I made a necklace, which is somewhere, which had the kanji for sky, in Japanese, obviously. And because it was in sky, I made it out of blue and white. I think actually this blue. This one. This is also why there's no white left. So that's quite fun, because it's just making the characters. That was really thin though, which might have been a mistake. Because that was, I think, the first thing I ever made with polymer clay. That's actually why I got it. Was because I wanted to make necklaces. Actually, there is something we can do. So I have these little glass jars. And I want to try making something that could go in it. So I was thinking with, like, this one here, it would actually be quite fun to make a little cactus. So we can do that, actually. I've got ideas in my head. I think these are actually made of glass. Just kind of weird to think about. Okay. I mean, it feels like glass. It's cold. So, the cork looks a little odd, but otherwise... Is it glass? I think it's glass. I mean, it claims it's glass anyway. So we need to make sure whatever it is like no bigger than this hole. So it's going to have to be quite a small cactus. That's why I wanted to go for this one, because it's got kind of the widest jar. But the first thing I wanted to do was make like lots of little sandy bits to go in the bottom. So we can see how this goes. So I think actually if we use the leftover of this, and then just maybe add in a bit more brown. Because the idea is just to make like little kind of triangles of dirt, really. Yeah, let's see how this goes. So I was trying to think what else I could put in little jars. Because I was like thinking of like, you know, you can get the little cactuses in jars. I was thinking of those. Okay, I know what it's gonna look like in my head, it's just if it looks like that. Okay, what colour is dirt? I mean, this one's apparently called moss, so that might be nice. Blending clay is awful. But I suppose having little specks of colour isn't going to be the end of the world for this. Okay, so we don't need you and you. We're going to need greens, though. You're too green. You're too green. What kind of a... Ooh, this green is apparently mid-green. I think mid-green will be good. Maybe if I go for like one, because I was thinking like, you know, the classic cactus where it's got kind of the L-shaped bits. What if I go for more like a little round cactus with a little flower on top? That actually might look better. Oh, what other colours do we have in here that are good for dirt? Oh, you look. Ah, here we go. Raw umber. Some of that might help. So let's get a little bit of this one. And then I was thinking maybe something a bit more orangey would be nice. Kind of feel more acrid and deserty, basically. You are all very orange. Please don't make me colour mix again. It's the worst part. We've got kind of a maroon here. Let's go for this one. Add a little bit of colour. And I'm gonna like drop them into the jar to kind of check if they're okay. Like in terms of quantity, and then kind of empty them out, and hopefully that won't destroy it. But I'm kind of thinking of like little pebbles, I guess. Okay. So let's flatten this out, and this one out. It's kind of nice when they've like chilled a little almost, because I've not been touching them as much. Because it makes them a little softer. The opposite of soft, makes them a little harder. So what I was thinking was kind of, if I just cut them to tiny little triangles. Like this. Get off my finger. I wonder how people who do this professionally deal with it being so clicky. Clicky? Sticky. Get off. Like, is there something I can do to reduce it? I think this is gonna create like quite a natural looking gravel. Because everything's like different. Oh, there it is. Shapes and, you know, some of the colours are mixing. Ooh, I will hydrate in one moment. Come on, get off. Oh neat, fake graphic designers are following me. I was correct about that Lauren Bryson person though. They were indeed some kind of scam bot. Or a real scam person. Either way. Not the kind of people we want in the stream. I think it's genuinely like kind of an epidemic of them. Come on, get off. Like there are way too many. Like I'm getting like 3-4 of them per stream. Like that's way too much. Like come on. And like they're so very obviously scams. Or like, oh my god, that was only of this tiny bit. Like, it's just very obvious, basically. I do not appreciate them, though. Like, I think it's quite insidious the way they, like, kind of pretend to care as well. Especially since they tend to go for smaller streamers. Like, you know, it's kind of sad when, like, someone, like, follows and says hi, and then they're immediately like, check Twitter. And then they're just being like, I can make you stuff. And it's like, okay, cool. If you're a real person, don't do this. And if you're a fake person, you've kind of, like, what are you trying to get out of this? Like, it's an interesting scam to try and sell emotes. Which makes me think it's more kind of an organization with just the worst market research ever. Where'd it go? That one vanished. Huh? Fucking hell. I think that was like a can somewhere in my bin. I don't like them and I don't appreciate them. Like, I kind of wished when you blocked someone, it would forcefully make them unfollow you. Because I don't like that my 250th follower was actually a bot. Luckily, I think I've had real followers since then. Come on, get off, get off. I think because they're really small as well, these ones. Makes them easier to stick. We're getting there. The gravel is improving. Okay, let's do a little bit of the purpley one. This should hopefully brighten up the whole thing. Cyborgs are allowed. And bots are allowed if they're nice. But you know, it's just kind of sad. Luckily they all have like similar usernames. Like it's suspiciously a full person's name. No one does that online. Just do you not know the etiquette? Okay. We're getting there. Who'd have thunk that making sand was like the hardest part? Another idea I had for the little jars was like little stars. I bought like bakery stamps. Actually, those are downstairs. I could get those. They're like little like baking stamps for icing. But I don't really consider that jars are smaller than cakes. So even like the smallest one is way too big. I mean, if anyone would like to buy this off me when it's done, I'm open to that. Okay. I found a new thing to care about for a few weeks. Nah. If I do multiple, they'll stick to each other and it won't be as nice. Not really sure actually if I'm going to be able to get these to go in the jar. I might need to cook them first. So I'll just make more than I think I need, basically. And then we'll see. But like I'm kind of trying to put them on top of each other so I can get a feel for, oh god, for how the colours work together. Yep, there it is. It's kind of spiky gravel. Been like leaning down so much my neck hurts. So, oh, that was some satisfying crunching. I feel like it should have kind of one key colour. And then like the others shouldn't be as much of it. Okay, we're getting somewhere. There we go. Just kind of stick it down a little more this time. This feels like a kind of pasta you make similar to this. I don't know why I just had like the image of it in my head. I kind of make like smaller bits as well. Or like, no, what is it? It's like a food. And it's like really mushy. And then you like scrape bits off and cook it. It's like a kind of dumpling, I think. But I have no idea what it is. I've just seen videos of it. Where'd it go? But it reminds me of that. Oh no, it's fish cake, I'm pretty sure. You get it at like hot pots. I've seen it like served in like a kind of bamboo, like a piece of bamboo hollowed out, and then you like just just kind of scrape some out and put it in the soup and it cooks. Pretty sure that's what I was thinking of. Okay, so having like all the color schema is actually quite good because you can't really tell on the screen, but you can kind of see like there's a little bit too much of the main color. I think I need to like spread these out as well. They're starting to stick together. So I definitely shouldn't put them in the jar. And it doesn't matter if they stick together too much, to be honest. Don't. Oh god, they're like all stuck together. Okay, maybe it does. Come on. I don't mind one or two, but I do actually want you to be separate things. Get off. I swear they just stick to whatever you don't want them to stick to. I mean, like little bits and pieces here and there will just kind of add to it because there'll be little clumps. But when it's all of it, less so. Okay. Just kind of move some stuff around. We're getting there. Gotta remember this for the future. Ooh, that's a bad bit. Okay. Let's just try and... that seems to kind of work, actually. Okay, no it doesn't. Okay. Not even gotten to making the cactus. I thought gravel would be easier. Can't get off. Maybe if I use one of the other tools to like push it off, it'll be easier. God, this is almost like worth redoing. So many seconds of work have gone into it. Okay. I often think about how most tools kind of can't really compare to human fingers, like just in terms of like how delicate yet forceful they can be. Because like with the tools and stuff I could like move stuff around, but you can't really control how much pressure you're using in the same way to like gently move things. And I think about it when you see like machines putting stuff together and how much effort it is to get them to do something that human hands can do so easily. It's very much a positive thought, I'd say. Just how delicate humans are. Guess it's to do with just having immediate feedback. Like you can immediately go, oh, I'm like applying too much pressure. Like it's not even a conscious thing. You just adjust. It's cool. Go on, get off me. Get out of the hole. Okay. This better be enough sand by the end of it. Definitely think like the mix of colors looks really good though. Okay, this is all one color, so I can just kind of recut it, I guess. Now we gotta start kind of keeping them all separate. Oh. Okay. Can't wait to get on to making the actual cactus. I mean, if there's too much, I can put it like between two, so I'll make like 2 cactuses as well, I think. Don't know what other jar I'll put it in though, because I kind of picked that one specifically. So we're gonna need kind of like a little short, little fat cactus, I think. Then maybe one that's a little bit taller. Okay. No. No sticking. Stop it. Oh god, I'm gonna have to like put these on the baking sheet individually as well. Oh. Look at all these little dots. Okay. So yeah, if I just like finish the little bits I've got here, I think that'll be enough. Let's kind of smush this down a little bit. There we go. Getting there though. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves while I do this incredibly boring thing. How's everyone's evening going? Is anyone currently not experiencing evening? I'd be impressed. Maybe if they like bake while stuck together, I can kind of shape them apart. I'm just worried they'll kind of, I guess, fuse. Ah, I see. You moved on from Guild Wars 2 then. I think that's what you were playing before anyway. All I remember was it was abbreviated GW2, so. Okay. I mean, you gotta spread out your addictions. That's why I'm doing something else instead of video games for once. It's getting kind of bored of gaming. It's gonna be interesting going back to not streaming every day. But we'll see. Go on, get off. Come on. Okay. No, don't get more stuck. Get less stuck. There we go. Kind of running out of workspace. Aww, that's unfortunate. I hate when games make you play with other people. Playing video games, do you think that's what I want? No, get off. Get off. Oh, okay. It's like my fingers are really sticky as well, and I think it's because I've got like a build-up of the polymer clay on my hands. So I'm hoping this might stop them sticking so much. Art is hard work, man. I'm looking forward to doing the Blender tutorial stream. So we'll just be making that stupid donut. And I have Blender installed, but I can't model. I think I've mentioned it before. I can just kind of do material-y, shadery stuff, which is cool, but it's not very useful if you want to make stuff. And I want to make orbs. I mean, these are effectively orbs. They're just jars. But if I made them in 3D, then I could 3D print them. I also want a 3D printer. But that one might be a little far away. Oh, I'm glad everyone you ran into was nice though. That's not so bad then. Oh, there's like a lot more purple than I kind of meant to put on. I mean, it doesn't look bad though. Just makes it a little darker. Lots of little cubes. They're not really cubes. Just kind of shapes. Shapes and colors. I feel like the chunks are getting bigger the more impatient I am. Actually, the larger chunks are also easier to get up. Though I do feel like since I wiped my fingers off, like, they come off a bit easier. I don't think they were sticking to my fingers. I think they were sticking to the polymer clay on my fingers. Which is interesting. Come on, get off. Look, I was just explaining how you stopped doing that. Don't disprove me. Last little bit, I think, yeah. Maybe if I make it flatter, then I can make larger pieces, but they'll be overall smaller. Sure hope this is enough. Like, I'm trying to mentally visualize the volume of all of this together, and I just have no idea. Okay. I mean, there are other things I could put in the jars. It doesn't have to be cactuses. I just think cactuses will go with the dirt best. There's also no reason I couldn't, like, make it in pieces and then kind of glue it in there in a kind of ship in a bottle kind of thing. But then I would need the glue. I've got, like, loops and stuff I can put into the corks, but I don't have any chains. So they would kind of be pendants at the moment. Not a full piece of jewelry. I mean, I might be able to find like a chain somewhere that I have to make one for myself. Definitely think it's a good idea to start, if you want to sell something, make it for yourself first. Because for a start, then you get kind of first-hand ideas of what you want it to be. But also, if it's something you like, I think you're more likely to continue making it. Because you see, like, the personal value in it. Like, I think there's, like, a similar idea where it's, like, make art for yourself first. But I guess that's, like, more of a literal version. Like, if you're making a product, it should be something you're passionate about and something you care about. Because that'll come through. At least I think so. I feel like you can tell when someone's not really into what they're doing. God damn, look at all these little dots I made. Let's move everyone over. Maybe I should turn that into that instead of being a crappy little cinnamon roll. What is it, phone? Ah, apparently someone started following me on Twitch. Thank you. I think it actually only tells me with an email if it happens while I'm not live. So I can see. Which is cool, I guess. One moment. Okay. I feel like the mic picked that one up. Okay. Now to look up what cactuses look like. Hashtag cactus. Thank you. I guess this is what I want to make. Like the little dome-shaped ones. Yeah. Okay, this is a lot more complex than previously thought. Can I get like a better picture of the little domey ones? I don't know what they're called is the problem. Okay, this is a pretty good reference image. The flower on top is actually a lot more detailed than I realized. And they're not really actually as dark a green as I thought. I mean, it'll work, but I feel like I kind of need to mute it out a little. What other greens do we have? What about this green? Come here, green. This neon green kind of looks more accurate. I had this one before. It's a little lighter, but I feel like it's kind of too blue. Maybe I just need to like lighten it up with the yellow I have. That might help. I think I'll go with this one and then add a little bit of this. But I'm running out of space. Actually, I think I'll go and get the baking sheet and some greaseproof paper. We can put everything on there instead. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, now I have to get all of this in this. Can come steal it after I'm done. Okay. So we got a little lead balloon, a little Greg, a little Dorian, who looks kind of Zoidbergy, a little cinnamon roll, and our dirt. Okay, the dirt's gonna be the tricky part. I'm kind of tempted to just kind of slide it all in here. And then try and separate it out again. I think is going to be the easiest way. Okay. It's just kind of raining dirt. What if I do it more kind of like this? Okay, this is kind of working. Come on. My theory is it won't be so awful if they stick together. Oh, okay. This one's got like a little bit spikier edges. I feel like maybe it makes them come off easier. But if they're bigger, they definitely like fall off easier. Okay. I can definitely see this hobby consuming my life though. This is very fun. All of that work to separate them out. We're just kind of clumping them back together. Okay, let's try and make it a little less. It does look like gravel though. Like, I don't want clumps that are too big because I'm not going to be able to get them in the jar is the main issue. Also, so the greaseproof paper would stay still, I had to put butter on it. That's what the kind of shapes you can see here are. And it just felt very odd buttering a pan to put clay on. But it looks like fish tank gravel. So that's good. I want them to be like quite small so that I can kind of let them fall in together on the jar, like kind of quite naturally like gravel would. At least that's my plan anyway. Okay. I've got a few big clumps, but I think this will do, so let's kind of swap these around. Again. Okay. Nice. I think I'll definitely fill up at least one jar. Okay. So I have a nice little reference image of my cactus I want to make, which is just going to be a little ball. I'm not really going to do the spikes, I think. I think that might be pushing it. But I'm going to try and carve in like the grooves it has. Okay. And then I'm going to try and do a little flower on top, because I think it needs a little touch of colour. Actually, I want to look at the jars, didn't I? So we definitely can't use these little ones, so it's got to be this tall one. I think is the other one. I don't think I can go that miniature, basically. This one's actually really cool. I've got some others somewhere. I got these like ages ago. Like as a Christmas present. So like, this is the same width, but like so much taller. I don't know. Maybe I can do something long and spindly. Just trying to think what I could put in this. Because I think the cactus will work for the other one. But let's say this one, I want something tall. And I think like, so it needs to be something that's long and thin. I don't know, what's kind of long and thin? That would work in a little jar. Oh, there's a little bit of black on this actually. That might help. Give it kind of a deeper colour. And we want a little bit of what is supposedly lemon yellow. In my experience, lemons are a lot more yellow than this. Okay. I don't even know if this is enough to kind of lighten it. I could suspend something in resin. Actually, all of the resin stuff is in this room as well. But that might be kind of pushing it, I think, at the moment. I've actually never really worked with resin. I've worked with silicone before. And it didn't go well. I kind of want to focus on using the clay for this project. So I want something I can make out of clay. Just needs to be tall. I mean, there's no reason I couldn't suspend stuff in it, but I guess more like sticking it to the sides. Just might not look as nice. What else could I make? Do a little fish tank? Make little fish? Fish don't really float in air though. I think this colour looks a little nicer compared to that one. But also it's almost identical. So let's add a little bit more white. Kind of feel like I should add a little bit of brown to it to kind of neutralize it a little. I also feel like I should make more of this than I think I need, because I'm going to make potentially 2 of them. Okay, let's try this. Can you get like little like things to merge the clay I've seen? But we're not that fancy, so we're going by hand. I think I might like let it rest as well after, just to kind of cool down a little. You need like a marble slab like you use for chocolate making. Definitely want to do cooking streams. I think it'd be fun. Need like a lapel mic or something, because otherwise it's gonna pick up the cooking sounds, surely. Okay, that's a little darker. Okay, I think the brown was a good choice to add. I feel like I need like a little bit of the green to compare it to. So let's have a look. It's definitely more subtle. It does not come up at all, I think, on the camera as being a different colour. I think maybe a little bit of yellow actually might be what it needs. This is where you get to see how bad I am at colour matching. Again, I'm used to 3D art. I get to just choose whatever colour I want, and then it is that colour. Okay, this might be too much yellow, but let's see. Like, yeah, you can kind of tell, like, oh, this has, like, you know, blue undertones or yellow undertones. So that's kind of what I'm going on. I'm not one of those people who can do, like, the crazy colour matching paint mixing things. That also looks fun, though. I made a snake. Okay, if I smush this out, it's still very kind of not mixed. I don't know if it looks better or worse like that though. Because like obviously things aren't pure colours in real life, but is it just gonna look like I've not mixed the clay is the thing. Okay. I mean, I feel like it's a lot less green. Maybe a bit more yellow and a bit more brown? That might do. Okay. A little bit of yellow. Does it need to be lighter? I don't think it needs to be lighter, actually. So I'm not going to add more white. Let's try this. Kind of cool you can color mix this. It feels weird. It just feels like you shouldn't be able to for some reason. Oh, my tiny glass jars. Okay. Like, how does it do that? How does any paint mix together actually? Okay, and then let's like smush it out. Gonna really mix the colors in. Okay. Getting there. This is an effective technique, but it feels kind of like, you know, You know that method of like shuffling cards where you just like mix them all up? It feels kind of like the clay equivalent of just doing that. Like, it works, but it's not very graceful, is it? That is, however, the most foolproof way to shuffle a deck of cards. Let's see how we're doing. There's like some little bits of yellow in there, but I think that looks pretty good. I definitely think mixing your own colours helps with clay, because it's like the Photoshop brush issue. It's very obvious when you use a default. But, you can kind of see the difference. Just about. Like, this is a little more washed out now, and this is very pure green. Now we gotta give it a second, I think, to cool down. And then we'll see if I can make a tiny cactus. I also need like the little flower on top, unfortunately. They're very like lotusy in terms of petals. So it's kind of like a pink and a purple one I can see. I think I'll go for this purple, and I think maybe add a little bit of white. So while this is kind of cooling off, we can mix this one. Because it's actually, I think these are they real cactuses? They look fake, to be honest. Come here, purple. Wow, there's no way I'm gonna need this much. Oh, there's still a piece of plastic in there. Okay. Get off me. Everything's so sticky. Okay, so we've got our purple. This is probably like way too much, but it's fine. We can reutilize it for other things. Okay, so we've got purple, and I want to kind of brighten it up a little, I think, so I'm going to add a little bit of white. Although it's not white, is it, though? It's apparently yellow. I'm trying to make the little flower to go on top of the cactus. I'm making the colour for it. And then I'm gonna try and make the little cactus. Basically, I'm letting the clay kind of cool down because it gets very warm from touching your fingers. And that makes it hard to work with. Yeah. Yeah, that looks a little better. Not at all. Just watched a lot of videos online. Okay. It's not quite the shade of purple. That one I think has like a little bit more of a pink tone. Stretch. I even like washed my hands when I went to go and get the baking tray and they were already sticky again. Oh, it's my finger. Oh my god. Okay. That's a little cooler. So basically I want to make a little ball and then try and carve grooves into it, I'm thinking. They did. I have no more fingers anymore. I think maybe I'll like shape it and then kind of let it cool again. That do as a shape. It's actually kind of rounder. Surprisingly, when you roll things in your hands, they don't turn out perfectly like round. Because your hand is not perfectly round. Okay. I think that will do. I'm not really sure how to do the flower. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like lots of little petals curling up. It's like lots of little fingers. Okay, let's use the tactic I was talking about and look up some clip art. See how people simplify this shape. So one with a little flower on top. Okay, so this one is kind of more like a star shaped one. Here, They're actually pretty complex. Interesting. That's a hyper-realistic drawing. Maybe not that one. Okay. So I could maybe just like start overlapping little shapes and see if I can build it up. So maybe try to go for something slightly less feathered, but still kind of similar. Which I know there's a way you can make roses kind of like that. So I could try something similar. I think I actually want this to be quite flat as well. Just because it's going to go on top, so it's going to be quite thin. Like, you can see how small this is. Like, it's going to have to go on top of that. Okay. So let's try and... I don't know, what if I do just do it as, like... Okay. If I get something like that. But I want like more of a wavy shape on the top, I think. So let's see if we can kind of try and make that. I feel like I'm more just like pushing it down at the moment. Like I'm just moving it. Okay, and then if we just kind of like roll this, I'm hoping it'll kind of give a flower shape. Okay, it's definitely more of a rose. Yeah, that looks more like a rose. Okay. So I need to make it more wibbly wobbly. That's my thinking. Though we do not have this. I think if I like cut it in half is like the way you do it afterwards. So we've definitely got some like little flower things going on there. Might be able to like place them on it somewhere. So we'll keep those. And let's try and make this one more the shape we want. Okay. Gonna pick it up and flip it over so we're not smushing it in. Okay. So we want to kind of... Okay, maybe we want a little smushed in. More kind of like that, I think. And then I think I want like the inside to like taper in more. Which way around do I want to roll it? I think with the tool a bit in the middle. Maybe if I roll it at like a slight angle. Maybe I'll use my fingers for this, but let's see how this goes. I don't think this has worked very well. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of just a tube. Okay, so I think the problem here is actually that I need it to be longer. So there's like more shape being built up. So let's try that. This is all just guesswork. No idea what I'm doing. Organic forms are just the worst to make. They're so, like, specific. And because most people have, like, you know, seen a flower in their life or a cactus, or at least they have an idea of what one is. It's, like, really obvious when you get it wrong. It's, like, one of the things where people can just, like, look at it and go, nah, that's not what that looks like, you idiot. It's very interesting how often in art you have to make things look like what people think they look like, not what they actually look like. Because people don't actually know what things look like, but they sure as hell know what they think they look like. Okay. Let's try and make our pattern. I'm wondering actually, maybe if we better to feather it. Let's try this and see how it looks though. I suppose like the good thing about clay is I can just fold it up and start again if I don't like the shape. Okay, let's see how this looks. So I definitely think making it longer was good. But this still kind of looks more like a rose. Very good at making roses. That's what we're learning. Okay, so I think I'm going to try more of a kind of threaded sort of tassel-y thing for it. Ooh, actually I have an idea. It's just going a little bit off model. Okay. So I think if I make it like more of a this shape and roll it, I can make it kind of splay out more. So it's more curved. I think this is gonna work anyway. Okay. So first we kind of make it more like this. Let's try and kind of shape this a little better. It's not as curved as I would have liked. The clay has its own ideas, clearly. Okay. So we've got this kind of shape. And then I'm thinking more just kind of cutting in like this. I'm basically trying two things at once here to see if either of them work. Maybe if I like more do side to side to make them pointier. Yeah, that feels pretty right. Like, I know there's like a way to make tassels that's kind of similar to this. That's what I'm kind of trying to emulate. So let's try rolling this. Come on, go around the corner. You got this. Okay, this is way too big. But it's definitely more of what I want. Like, it's got kind of like lots of little bumps and stuff. Actually, maybe if I just kind of... Nah, it's way too big. Hang on. Can I... Yeah, let me just try and kind of peel out the center of it. See, no, I'm just unraveling. Okay, we know this works, so we can try that again. Ah, yeah. Okay, so I don't think the kind of curving helps that much, so I'm not gonna do that. But we actually kind of only want like half the length. So let's try this. I mean, I think it can work. I'm just not quite sure how to make it work, basically. Like, I know what I'm trying to do. Okay. Let's flatten you out. See, you're banning bots. Good, good. Let's try and make like a little square first, I guess. One thing that's like not as rounded, but this is all we have, so. I don't know how, like, thick I need it. Because it's only going on top of this. And this isn't actually that big. Also not really sure how I'm gonna do the grooves on it. But I want to get the flower done, because then I can just pop it on top when I get that correct. Okay. Do I have anything that's kind of flatter? This is kind of flatter. It's like rigid, but it's flatter. Just try and kind of do this with it. Okay. I think this might work. Can't stay together. Oh, it like broke off. Okay. So let's try and kind of fold these out and see what we got. Can you go over here? I'm not too sure about this. I think maybe the like dips were too long, so it kind of broke. But it's definitely like a little flowery shape, so it's not so bad. Just try and kind of... It's kind of the best we've got so far. You can go over here, I think, actually. Then you go. Nah, it looks kind of like a mess, I think. Damn, okay. Let's try that again. So if I'm doing it like that, I think I can make it longer, but with like less deep fringes. This did not roll out as wide as I wanted, but I will. Okay. Let's try and shape this again. So I think if we just cut this bit off, yeah. It's like starting to warm up as well, so it's getting kind of tricky to work with. Let's go try and make a kind of flat line. And then you can do some paper as well. Okay, then we get this guy. We kind of want to start from, I think, halfway up this time. And I think I need to kind of soften back down those weird corners this technique gives. I guess like the difference between doing something and doing something while I was doing the little kind of tidying up bits, unfortunately. Okay, I think this one will work this time for sure. Let's just kind of lift it up. I think I'm going to go from this end, actually. Okay, well, let's try this. Because I can, like, trim off the bottom. This is a more recent hobby, I would say. And this is definitely something. Can't. I think this is way too big. Again. I mean, I think I got the clay like a year ago. And I've kind of not done it before then. I mean, this is almost the right shape, I feel. I want to just kind of like cut off the bottom. And then kind of flatten it. Oh god. It's fine, it's kind of more tuck it under, I think. Eek. Hopefully that's not smushed the top too much. I think it might kind of overtake our poor little cactus at the moment. Damn it. Okay, I think this bit needs to cool, so I'm gonna try and work on the cactus. Okay. I think maybe this tool would be better for it. So you just want to kind of work grooves in. So I guess the best way to think about it is the current edge of the sphere is like the furthest way out. It should go. So let's just, oh, maybe not use the side with the seam. Just kind of work at it. Yeah, like I think like most people. Oh my god! I dropped it! Oh god. This may not seem so bad, but it's actually completely ruined it. Like, there's just like dirt on it now. I'll see if I can tidy it up, but there's like cat hair on it and things. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Like, even if you have like the cleanest house, it will just stick to everything. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna keep going and we'll see how it goes. We'll just ignore that happened, okay? Okay, so I've kind of sectioned it into quarters. I think I need something thinner. This is a good tool so far, this one. It's got kind of like a rounded edge here. So I'm going to try using that. I think it's actually like slightly too sharp. What about this bit? It's doing something. It looks a bit more like a pumpkin at the moment. Okay. This is so sad. The only way I can be consoled is if someone gives me money. Okay. I think this one needs to be a little wider. Okay, we've got like a vaguely cactusy shape going on there. Might be a bit more of a melon, but hopefully when we successfully make the flower, it'll look a bit more obvious. I'm going to try and put the little ones I made on to see if that kind of adds anything. Though actually, these look quite nice. It's not the worst. Maybe if I make another little one like that, that might actually work. Because I saw a few, but they kind of had more little, like, I guess it looks more like, what are they called, like prickly pears? They're just kind of purple instead. Okay. Come here. Let's try and make another little one. I think if you had, like, better quality tools, it would also help. Like, I'm not, like, obviously, you know, you can do anything with like poor quality tools if you try. But, like, because these aren't very high quality, they have like mold lines on them, and that keeps like turning up in the items themselves. Okay, so this one's gonna be slightly bigger, I think, actually. That's not worked out as well as I thought. Let me try kind of widening it. Okay. Okay, that's not the worst. And I think that'll be better on the top, because it's a little bigger. So let's put kind of down here. Yeah. And then this big one, I kind of want it to like flatten out a little. There we go. And this one can go on top. Okay, okay. This isn't awful. Like, it's kind of the right shape. Oh no. I forgot to check if it'll fit. I don't think it's gonna fit. Let's have a look. I don't think this really shrinks. Well, it goes in the top. Oh dear. I don't want to start again. I'm gonna keep this guy the way he is. He might not fit in a jar, but we can do something with him. Okay, so let's try and make another one. And I think we can just try that again, but maybe a little smaller. And I'm gonna not bother mixing the colours. Okay. Let's start by seeing if we make a ball that's the right size. That's still pushing it. God damn. Okay, maybe it was like a little kind of rounder. Okay, what about you? You gonna fit in a little jar? The other problem is it actually sticks to the sides. Which it shouldn't do when it's made, I think. Okay. Now it's stuck in there forever. Come here. So I think it actually might still need to be a little smaller. Okay. Let's make it a little taller. I mean, it can just be like a taller little cactus, I guess. I just thought the rounder one would look better. Okay. This is more of a cucumber, but it's gonna go in quite easily. Okay, let's just kind of smush you down like that. And then we need to put details on. So I'm gonna let that cool, and we're gonna make some more little flowers. And I think this will be the last thing on the stream. Okay, so these need to actually be smaller than the ones I made before. And I just kept making them larger by accident. Okay, let's cut off the ends. I reckon if I cut this into strips, it's gonna be the best way. Let's do 1, 2. Actually I might just do the 1, but I'll make 2 and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so let's squish these out a little. I think this is gonna be like way too tall looking at the size of the poor little thing. I want it to smush outwards more than anything. Okay. That was actually just a very rough one. That's way too wide. Okay. Let's try and cut this other one in half, basically. Okay. Who would have thought that working in miniature means you have to work really small? We're getting there though, that's the important thing. At least with this like tactic I just have to kind of roll them, which isn't so bad. I quite liked what I did before with this though, where I kind of like so I used the center to kind of come on, stick. I'm not sure how that looks. I don't know. Does that look like a cactus? Maybe a little. Let me see if I can kind of... just kind of go in the middle. Okay. Now I need to add the little lines on it again. Which I'm gonna try doing like on the plate. Just for ease. Oh, okay. It's like if I'm kind of light enough, I can make it more kind of like dots with this one. I do think I need to pick it up though. It's fine. I think this works though. This is definitely adding like a spiky texture. Okay, okay. It's not the best cactus in the world, but it's not the worst. I think the flower needs maybe a little kind of spikiness to it. So let's try kind of, I guess more like scratching in. It might be better to use the back of this? Nah. Just, I guess kind of trying to rough it up a little. I think that's helped a little. Hopefully in the context of the, like, jar, it'll look a bit more like a cactus. I think I should do a little flyover of everything I've made. So let's put all of this away. I say put away, it's going to be piled in this box and then I'm going to put it where it actually goes. This box is just more fun while I was doing it here. Oh, there's a cork under here. Okay. Got a little jars. Those will come in handy. Okay. Got all our dirt. And now stuff. Okay. Does more light help or does it make it worse? Let's try turning it off. Okay, okay. Got the little cactuses, we got all our dirt here, we got little Greg and his little cinnamon roll, little Dorian, and a lead balloon. When I've baked them, I will take better completed pictures, and I will put those probably on my Twitter, so you should go and follow my Twitter if you want to see the results of this. But hopefully it turns out well. Thank you everyone for coming and watching me do weird stuff, I guess. It's always a risk to just do weird things, I guess. Fun though. I mean, I was having fun. You guys were just kind of there half the time. It was fun, I'm glad. I definitely want to do more of this. Maybe like every 10 followers. Clay stream. Like, I don't know, I prefer doing stuff over gaming sometimes, but sometimes I want to play video games, so it's good to do both. But yeah, I will be streaming again tomorrow. I will show off the little guys when they're baked. I will post pictures on Twitter, probably. That's where I tend to post mostly, to do with my streams, so schedules and everything. Twitter is for like updates and random crap. YouTube is for VODs and edited content. That's kind of the split I use. Twitch is for actually streaming. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll probably try and play video games. But yeah, I hope everyone has a nice night. And this was very fun. Thank you for entertaining me with this, I guess.